Hello everyone. Today my topic is about story about Rapunzel. There was a family in Wonderland, Sarah and Joseph. They were newly married couple where Sarah was a housewife and Joseph was working at farm. Everything was going fine with them and after few months they were expecting a baby. So one day Sarah gives a good news to Joseph about her pregnancy. Listening to this, Joseph was happiest person in the world as he was excited for the experience of new phase in their life. So, after some time during her pregnancy, Sarah falls sick as Joseph tried to save her and he did all the kind of hospitalization, but no doctor could cure her disease. In the end, what happens that one doctor suggests Joseph that there is a witch on the borderline of Wonderland, as she has some kind of herbs with her and she is really able to cure Sarah's condition. So with no other choice, Joseph decides to go and meet that witch. So on the borderline of the Wonderland there lives a ugly witch. Because of her ugliness and rude behavior, no one dares to go and meet her, but the Joseph does because he loved his wife so much. And he goes over there and he knocks the door. After listening the knock on the door, the witch comes out and says to him that, how dare you come here and knock my door? What is the reason behind it? Then Joseph tells that, oh lady, please forgive me for the disturbance. I am in the great help. Please help me. I am in the great need of help. So my wife is fallen sick, and as we are going to have soon a child in our family. So I know that you have some kind of herbs with you and you are able to cure my wife. Please cure my wife. We could save our child. So after listening to Joseph, the witch decides to give some amount of herbs. So she gives the herb to Joseph and Joseph returns home happily. So he starts giving medicine to Sarah and right from the next day Sarah starts feeling fresh and the weakness runs away from her. So as soon as the medicine gets over, Sarah again falls sick and the Joseph has been forced to get some more amount of medicine from the witch. So again he goes over there and he asks for more herbs, but this time the witch decides to give something surprise for Joseph. So she keeps a condition to him that after if they will give a birth to a beautiful girl child, then they have to hand over the girl to that witch. Then with no other option, Joseph decides to uh, uh, what he decides to agree that condition, and he comes taking more medicine from which, and he comes home, and after coming home he tells each and every thing to Sarah, and after listening that Sarah gets really sad, but the only thing she agrees that she wanted to save her child. So after that Sarah gives birth to a beautiful daughter, and unfortunately as soon as the witch gets to know about the birth of the daughter, she comes over and they have to hand over their child to the witch, and she takes away the child from them. So sadly they have no other option, so they start living without their child. They do miss a lot. So after that what happens, the witch do take care of that beautiful daughter very nicely, and she names that beautiful daughter as Rapunzel. Yes, Rapunzel is very beautiful in looking, and the witch, she has never cut the Rapunzel's hair from birth, and the golden hairs are really attracting part of Rapunzel. So during her teenager, Rapunzel has become very beautiful. So The witch has what the witch thinks that if she keeps that Rapunzel in a huge tower, so that she gets disconnected from the entire world, and she could hand over all the bad powers to Rapunzel, and she could rule over as she wanted. So Rapunzel gets bored in that tower, but she has no other option, and the witch waited for Rapunzel's hair to grow in such a way that from the window it touches the ground length, so that she could climb from her hair and go there and meet Rapunzel. So after the length of Rapunzel's golden hair grows in such a way that they are laid easily down from the window, so that witch could come over there. So as soon as the growth has become that much, the witch with her magical powers destroys all the stairs going towards the tower's upper side, and she at a decided timing she comes at the down of the tower, and she calls that, Rapunzel, it's your mother here. Lay your beautiful golden hairs down so that I could climb over it and come to meet you. So as soon as the voice comes to Rapunzel, Rapunzel would lay her beautiful golden hairs down, so that the mother witch could come over there and meet her. So this was continually going by days by day. And one day what happens, the prince from another state was going passing through the jungle. The prince is named as Alex, Prince Alex. So Rapunzel was singing song. So prince gets attracted to the voice of Rapunzel's. So he goes in the same direction from where the voice is coming. After going in the direction, he waits a little while far from the tower, and he sees that how witch is coming over there, and how she calls her out, and how she climbs on the beautiful golden hairs and go up her side and meets her and come back. He stays over there for the 2 days back to back, and he is wondered that how might Rapunzel is okay with the behavior of witch and all. So he gets to know the exact timing of the witch, at what time she comes and at what time she leaves the tower. So when he gets to know this, he tries to meet Rapunzel, and he comes down of the tower and he calls in the same way as the witch does, but unfortunately his voice has been weird. So he calls, Rapunzel, it's the Prince Alex here, please lay your beautiful hairs down so that I could climb on the beautiful hairs and come over to meet you. So by listening the different voice, Rapunzel do get really surprised, and she really lays her beautiful golden hairs down so that the prince could come over and meet her. Then the prince come, and they both see each other for the very first time, and they both are really fallen in love with each other. As soon as sees Rapunzel, he within a fraction of minute he proposes to Rapunzel that I am obsessed with your attraction, and I really wish to marry you. Please, will you marry me? As soon as listening his commitment, Rapunzel is really fallen for him, and she agrees it. And this both started to meet every day as soon as the witch goes after meeting Rapunzel. So every day this thing happens, and after that what happens, one day unfortunately when the witch is combing Rapunzel's hair, Rapunzel shares that, mother, your speed is little bit less while climbing my beautiful golden hairs as compared to Prince Alex. So the witch gets to know that one kind of prince is comes over here and meets Rapunzel every day behind her back. So she gets really angry on Rapunzel, and with the so much of angriness, she within a fraction of seconds she cuts the beautiful golden hairs of Rapunzel, and she lets the Rapunzel to live in desert. And with the cut hair of Rapunzel's, she stands in the same tower to see who the fellow is coming over here and meeting my daughter Rapunzel. So she stays in the tower back as Rapunzel has gone in the desert As decided, the Prince Alex come over here and he shouts with the same name of Rapunzel, and the golden beautiful hairs are really laid down on the same day. So he, as soon as he climbs over there, he stands in the window and he sees the witch there and the cut hairs of Rapunzel. Then he gets to know that something wrong has happened with the Rapunzel, and while thinking of this, he suddenly he gets slipped from the window and falls from huge height. As soon as he falls from such height, he gets injured, and unfortunately he is not able to see, so he becomes blind. And so after gaining the consciousness, he left that place from there along with his horse. So he started walking in the desert along with his horse, and after few days again he gets to listen the same voice, while he has listened it the month before, when the first time Rapunzel was singing a song. So he gets to know that Rapunzel is nearby me, and he starts shouting that Rapunzel, Rapunzel. As he is not able to see, he only starts shouting at her, and he runs at the direction where the voice has been coming. So as soon as Rapunzel listens the voice of Prince Alex, even she gets to know that Prince Alex is nearby me. I should also run in the same direction. So they both started running in such a way that they are able to see each other. And after seeing each other, they both tightly hug, and they both starts crying, as that was a moment for them. After seeing so many days, they couldn't control their feelings for each other. And when the tears of Rapunzel falls on the face of Prince Alex, a magical moment happened over there, is that the Prince Alex is able to see. Yes, that's the magic of love actually, and he is able to see. So when he sees Rapunzel in front of him, he decides to take her at his kingdom back, and they both get joyfully married each other, and they live happily ever after. So this was a story about a couple and about a family who was really caring for their children, and the bond has been beautifully shared in this story, and the witch has no other option, and she has to, means the anger is in favor for her, and she has to leave that child. She, as the child, the Rapunzel was not her own daughter, so she left her in the desert only, and the prince comes, and a dream of Rapunzel do come true, that a prince is so much of loving for her. Thank you, that's it.